Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Rosh from the Poor Millennial Mom. This channel is all about cash stuffing, budgeting, and debt repayments. I am a single mom on a journey to paying off $89,000 of credit card and student loan debt. So if you are into that and would like to follow along, please subscribe. Today I am taking you through my August 2022 budget. And I've got 5 categories which we'll go through as I take you through the budget. So let's get started with my income. In August, I am anticipating an income of $3,541. $1,500 of that will be from my full-time job, which unfortunately I'm not working full-time hours at, and I am in the process of looking for a better paying jobs that actually gives me the hours that I need. So I'll keep you updated on that, and hopefully in September I will have a little more money. Part-time job, I'm anticipating about $1,000. I work in theater, so I have one paycheck coming at the beginning of August and then one on the 20th, which should be somewhere around $1,000. It might be a little bit more, but I tend to budget for a lower amount and then be happy when I have a little bit more. Child support and daycare benefits, so that will be from my ex-husband, $250 in child support and $300 for daycare if he pays it. I do put it in my budget because he will generally pay it before the end of the month, but he may not pay it the day it's due, so, you know. And then benefits, so I get child tax benefit here in Canada. For those of you who are in the States, in Canada, child tax benefit is a monthly benefit paid out to people under a certain income level. It's a sliding scale, so the more you make, the less you get. But this wasn't a COVID benefit. This has been around since, I believe, 2005. Maybe a little bit later, but anyways, so I get $491 for 2 kids, which really does help out when you don't make a lot of money. So let's move over to my must-pay categories. This is the first category in my budget. These are the things that I absolutely have to pay no matter what. So we've got rent. My rent has gone up to $875, so that's a $240 increase. My groceries, I'm upping that to $300. My internet is $60, up from $50. Utilities, I'm just budgeting $200 because I cannot seem to get ahead on utilities and they're just incredibly expensive. My phone bill is $65 a month. And then daycare, I'm budgeting $500 because I like to make sure that I have the full daycare amount in my bank account the day it's due, and then that way I don't need to chase my ex-husband down for his money and I can just pay it without going into overdraft. Usually he does pay me, so yay. So that means that my must-pay alone is about $2,000 a month, and I have $1,541 left. So next we have variable. I'm actually not putting anything in this category right now because I don't know. I don't want to think about it too much. Debt repayments. So I've got 3 credit cards, and then I've got my debt snowball. RBC has a minimum payment of $180. Fido has a minimum payment of $50, and Tangerine has a minimum payment of $75. And then in my debt snowball, I'm going to put about $150. But I actually have been putting more, and that's part of the reason that I don't budget anything for variable. Because the way I'm doing it right now is I'm just throwing random amounts of money at my credit cards whenever I think of it. Like, if I open up my bank account and I'm like, oh, there's money in there. Should I go get a coffee? No. I'm going to send it towards my credit card. So that means I have less money to spend on variable things like food or coffee or, whatever. And it means that my debt snowball is actually much bigger than I usually think, which is kind of nice. So if you've watched my Debt-Free Friday videos, you'll see that I'm putting usually $100 to $125 a week towards my debt repayments, which is really nice. But the more the merrier, right? The more I can put towards it, the better. And I don't want to always say it's going to be $125 because there are weeks where I don't make as much money and I still need to make sure my bills are paid first of all. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. So that's my debt repayment. So that leaves us with $1,086 left. And we are going to move over to category 4, which is sinking funds and savings. I actually have a lot of sinking funds and savings. Like, you guys are familiar if you watch my channel with my savings binder. And it's got, like a bunch of stuff, health and dental, Christmas fund, all of that. But I can't always put money in there. So these bolded ones, travel and car, are the priorities. I put $25 a paycheck / $25 a week into those. So that's $100. 10% challenge is where I take 10% of what I made that month, and that goes into an envelope. It goes into my bills binder. And once that hits $2,000 saved up, everything after that $2,000 will be going towards debt repayment. So the $2,000 will act kind of like an emergency fund / general savings kind of thing, because that's what I feel comfortable with, and that's what my must pay is every month. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And then whatever is left, whatever 10% I get at the end of the month, that's all going to go towards debt. So that's how that's going to work. And then emergency fund. So I have some auto drafts that come out of my bank account for savings. And that's $25 a week. And then on the, what's it called? On the 20th, when I get my child tax, I put another $50. So that's $150. That gets auto drafted out. I think it's really important to automate your savings, and especially when you're in debt, it's really important to kind of have that big pile of money you can draw from if you need to, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what that is. So my total for sinking funds and savings is $704.10, because this is just a calculation of this number here times 0.10. So that's why we have an odd number. I will usually round that to the nearest 5, so it's usually a little bit more or a little bit less, but it is what it is. So that leaves me with $381.90, which brings us to our last category, which is what I call nice to have. These are the things that I don't need, but I want. It's, household I haven't been putting any money into because I don't really need anything for my house. But, for example, instant ink. So that's the ink from my printer. I do print a lot for this YouTube channel. I have little kids. I'm always printing, like, coloring sheets and stuff. So I find that great because they will mail me ink instead of me having to remember ink. Disney Plus, again, little kids. Amazon, I share with my family. This is probably actually going to go up because that is the student rate and I'm no longer a student. Same thing with Spotify. I listen to music on my commute because I take the train every single day because I don't drive. I don't have a car yet. So Spotify. So as you can see, accepted is kind of the largest one here at $65 a month. American, I think. Maybe it's 50 American. But I waffle over this one a lot. I do value having it, but I also haven't been using it as much as I could have. I'm not really going to any of the group study sessions. I'm not really using the Slack channel or the whatever, but I do find it really valuable to have that network of academics. So I will probably keep it for another month and then make a decision in September. But I have the exclusive membership, which gets me more benefits and access to some other things, which is really nice. But my total nice to have comes to $94. So actually for frivolous stuff, this isn't too bad. Like, it's less than $100 a month. Could I cut that? Absolutely. Would my quality of life suffer? Probably not a lot. But they are nice to have. They are the first place I would cut in my budget, and I have cut a few things if you watched my previous budget videos. Netflix is no longer on here because I give that to my sister to pay. So just things like that, like you can make decisions about what's important to you. What's important to me is having Disney because my kids find value in it. And for $9 a month, I don't really feel like it's a huge hit to my budget. Like $9 a month, what's that going to do towards debt, Let me know if you disagree. I'm sure some of you will. Anyways, that brings us to our last little thing here. Income versus expenses. This is just a basic calculation. My income was $3,541. My expenses totaled $3,253.10. And that leaves me with $287.90. So I don't do a zero-based budget. I like to keep a buffer, and I just don't like seeing this turn red. If it did, that would tell me that I need to rework my budget because I know with zero-based budgeting, every dollar has a job, and you can use that to create a checking buffer or whatever, but it just, I don't know, it worries me. I don't like it. I like to just see that I do have a little bit left over, because sometimes life happens and you can't budget for life happening, you know? So, yeah, that is it for my video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Thanks for staying to the end. And if you have any comments, leave them below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to follow me on my journey. And I will see you again soon with another video. Goodbye.